this may alienate me from some of the art world, but I'm going to have to trust it'll stick with me to the end. I was looking through some art books at Borders last night, and I came upon several artists that I just don't quite get. I'm not condemning their work, I just don't get it. One that comes to my mind is Jackson Pollock. Now, I see the beauty in his work, but I sometimes wonder how he got past the gatekeepers. I mean, after all, I can't quite picture submitting one of his pieces for a grade in my high school art class. I'm afraid that I might not have fared very well, and if I would have got past my art teacher, I certainly would have not got past those first gatekeepers we meet, my parents. I get the same thing when I listen to hip-hop music. I don't deny its value as an art form. I just can't quite get the picture of how they got past the gatekeepers. Like the first person to eat a lobster, I wonder how they thought it might be a good idea. I'd imagine more than once these artists probably faced a gatekeeper and heard, "Hang it up!" And that is how they got past the gatekeeper. See, the gatekeeper saw their works and said, "Hang it up," and they meant quit. But the stubborn artist heard "hang it up," and they did. They hung it on a wall. They had the guts to hang it up, stand beside it, and say, "This is my art." Some people no doubt rejected it, but others looked at it and said, "Wow." If you're going to be an artist, the first step is to hang your work on the wall and claim it. Then you have to be ready. Some will come along and call your work garbage. You're not interested in them, so don't give in to them. You're not there for them. You are there for the people who will look at your work and go, "Wow." They are the ones you invest in. Trying to get everyone to like you or your work is a fool's errand. And the only way to do it is to make something or be something that is thoroughly dishonest and totally unremarkable. The faith element adds an interesting dimension to all of this. All of a sudden you're doing what you do not for an audience, not for a critic, but for your creator. In this case, he is the only one you really need to please. And if you please him, everything else is covered. Don't get me wrong, there are gatekeepers in the church too, and sometimes they are worse than any of the gatekeepers in the rest of the world. Just because they're in the church doesn't mean you have to listen to them. I'm not talking about giving God any less than your best. You have one master, and he deserves your best. If you do the best you can with what you have and the abilities and skills and talents and gifts that you have and offer it to him, it is precious to him. He can use it, and he will. So the next time someone takes a look at your work and tells you hang it up, that's exactly what you need to do. Hang it on the wall for the world to see and give God the glory. The ones it's supposed to bless will be blessed.